This month, Sheriff Reese would like to update you on the ongoing audit recommendation process. He'll also talk about the work being done by the HOPE team. We'll introduce you to the new hires for this month, congratulate those who are retiring from the agency, and highlight the spring awards ceremony. Finally, we'll learn a little bit more about the work being done at the Auxiliary Services Unit.
I wanted to provide you with an update on the audits by the National Institute of Corrections, the Corrections Grand Jury, and the Disability Rights Oregon that occurred a few months ago. The combination of lenses provided by these reports has allowed us a comprehensive view of areas where improving our processes would create a safer environment for both inmates and staff inside our facilities. In all, there are 115 separate recommendations made in all three reports. The next step in this process is to determine who will be responsible for addressing each individual recommendation and assigning personnel to begin working on solutions. It's important to note that not all of these recommendations are the responsibility of the Sheriff's Office. Work has already begun to collaborate with other stakeholders to address their concerns that fall under their purview. I want you to be aware of some of the opportunities being considered as we move forward. First, we are looking at options where diversion from jail at arrest might be more effective than bringing a person into custody. This has been explored with regard to addiction through the LEAD, or Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion Program. I'm hopeful we can find a workable solution to diverting those struggling with mental illness from our custody to more appropriate resources as well. In addition, we are considering options to expand the number of individuals on close street supervision, as well as those being recogged from our facilities by providing better access to wraparound services. For those who are booked into jail, we'll begin to focus on connections to resources that will best enable them to find success once they are out of custody. While some of this is available now, I am hopeful that an increase in treatment options and discharge planning will help limit the failure rate in treatment outside of our custody. We are also working with Corrections Health to find a means to stabilize and address the needs of those who are in a mental health crisis and are in our custody. This will not only include a more robust intervention effort to address immediate concerns, but also a concerted effort to move inmates from the most restrictive housing areas to the least restrictive housing units when safe to do so. Lastly, we have begun to expand training for corrections deputies. I'm encouraged by the quick response from our training unit to find an 8-hour mental health first aid course that will be taught to everyone in the division. Looking forward, I am committed to increasing the number of training hours to better equip our staff to manage the challenging population in our facilities. Thank you for your patience and commitment to making these changes. You have handled this process professionally, and I look forward to seeing where all of these recommendations will take our organization. Our Homeless Outreach Programs and Engagement, or HOPE team, started earlier this month as a full-time detail. The intent of this team is to focus on the areas where homelessness most impacts livability in our community. Spring weather lends itself to an increase in the number of campers as people leave shelters or travel into our area from out of state. This is also a time where our community members increase their use of public spaces such as parks and trails. The goal of the proactive efforts of the HOPE team is to alleviate any potential tension in our community by finding real solutions to the challenging issues homelessness presents. A priority for this team has been to build relationships with those in need of housing resources. Many of the camps our deputies are encountering are horribly unsanitary and covered in trash left behind by campers. These conditions are not acceptable for those living inside the camps or for members of our community. Whenever the livability of our community is affected, I believe it is our job as public safety professionals to step in and find solutions to keep our neighborhoods safe and livable, while also connecting those who are homeless to the appropriate resources. This work will be done in collaboration with Gresham and Portland Police and the Joint Office of Housing. I'm excited to see the good work by our team as we begin this new effort and believe this is the right approach to creating safe neighborhoods for everyone. I appreciate the dedication and professionalism of those involved in this endeavor. I want to welcome new staff to our agency. I'm sure they are looking forward to beginning their work with MCSO, and we are excited to have them here. I also want to recognize the work of those who will be retiring from the agency this month. I appreciate your efforts to protect our community and wish you all the best retirement has to offer. One of our retirements this month includes Captain Mary Lindstrand, who is our Facility Services Supervisor. Captain Lindstrand has served in a variety of different roles here at the Sheriff's Office. Her contribution to MCSO reaches beyond her daily duties through her support of athletes at the Special Olympics Oregon. Her service to both the Law Enforcement Torch Run and the Portland Polar Plunge has represented our agency well in these important community events. I want to thank Captain Mary Lindstrand for over 30 years of public safety service and her commitment to the Sheriff's Office. Earlier this month, we had the opportunity to recognize members of the agency for their work that rose above and beyond to make an impact in our community. As I listened to the stories of dedication, professionalism, and heroism, I was reminded just how much is asked of our members each and every day in public service. I want to congratulate all of the award recipients and to thank you for a job well done. Finally, I am pleased to highlight the work of the Auxiliary Services Unit this month. Part of their responsibilities is to ensure you have the resources necessary to meet the needs of adults in our custody and to keep our operations running smoothly.
I started in September of 1987 as a custodian. I've been part of Auxiliary Services for over 28 years. I had been a mom for 14 years, got divorced, needed a job, and I went from being at home straight to jail. There are so many places in our unit to work. There's the laundry facility, there's the PSB, which is the seamstress, and then the PSB driver. IJ has 3 clothing people that work out there, and there's 2 shifts. There's the booking counter, which is 2 or 3 people every shift, which is 24/7. There's the warehouse where we have Sam, the truck driver, and Robert and I do the equipment part of the warehouse. We also have an equipment person at MCDC, and he delivers everything that we send to him, plus he keeps the entire building supplied for inmates and for different units that are at the MCDC. The part I guess I like the most is the people I work with. When I started, I did clothing exchange with Stan. Everyone knows Stan. We had a blast. We had our jokes that we took every day up to share with the inmates, and we made it a fun job. Clothing exchange to some people might not be a lot of fun, but I still have fun handing out clothes to inmates. Years ago, I signed up for the warehouse. I have loved it. We basically receive stuff and we send stuff out. Just make sure everybody has the supplies they need to do their jobs. We receive maybe 10 pallets a week of commissary items. The hygiene items are important to the inmates, but they're very big on the junk food that goes out of the warehouse 5 days a week. And many hours are spent bagging commissary bag after bag. People enjoy jail stories, and I have accumulated quite a few of those, and I like to share them with people. No one has any idea what it's like to be in the environment that we're in, and it's been a privilege. I'm a UFO buff. I quilt. I work in my yard. I build furniture out of old fencing. I don't lack for things to do, and the Sheriff's Office and this job has made it possible that I can spend time doing the things I really enjoy. I love my job. I love the unit, And I love the people I work with.
Thanks for all you do. Stay safe out there.